Hello everyone, my name is Eric Frohardt with Rost Martin, and today we're going to do a basic firearms lesson. Next we're going to cover some training tenets or training beliefs, and I think it's important for all shooters to develop their own beliefs. These are my beliefs, so you can take it for what it's worth. Use what you like, discard the rest. So number one, I want to keep it simple, stupid, or KISS. My belief is that the simpler something is, the easier it is to recall in a moment of consequence. We don't want to get too complicated, and just remember, the best do the basics better. Number two, frequency trumps duration. It's better to train more regularly in small spurts than to train once a year and train all day. And the reason is because of number three, practice doesn't make perfect, but perfect practice makes perfect, right? So we want to have perfect reps to the extent that I can. And it's much harder to do that if I've been on the range for 12 hours. At some point, my technique is going to start to fall apart. So perfect practice, perfect reps. And if I start to mess up, I want to have some self-critique and some self-awareness and slow things down. Number four, we want to train for a purpose and have objective-based training. The purpose for me to train and teach others ultimately is for self-defense. So I'm going to design whatever training or instruction I'm doing around people that carry concealed for self-defense. And I'm going to have objective-based standards to make sure that I'm training in that manner. I have a timed drill that I do at 7 yards, and I have to be able to draw and fire and make an accurate shot at 7 yards or whatever it may be. And what that allows me to do is anytime someone comes out with, let's say it's a new gun, a new holster, a new technique, or just a new place of putting it, I can test that new material against an actual standard. The next one is to personalize it. And what I mean by that is we're all developing our own system, if you will, and we're going to hear material from this instructor or that instructor, and I want you to just consider their background, consider the source, and then take what you think works and add it to your system and discard the rest. The next one is to not be dogmatic. No matter how good you are, you do not have a monopoly on good ideas. I know I don't. I can learn something from anyone, and I am always a student. Of course, I am going to consider the source, and I'm going to put whatever they say up against a timed standard and see if it works. Even when I'm teaching people, I'm still learning from them, right? Because I have that attitude of always being a student. People talk about that in martial arts a lot, and I think it applies to shooting as well, which is a martial skill. And then last and probably most important is to actually train. We had a belief in the SEAL teams that it's based on a quote by Archilochus. We don't rise to the occasion, we fall to our level of preparation. And I really like that quote, whether it's self-defense or doing even a meeting or whatever it is. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of preparation or your level of training. So it's important that we actually get on the range and we do some training. Anytime I come to this gun range, I'm going to treat that training session, it could be a 5-minute training session. I'm going to treat that as if like this might be the last time I get to train before I have to use a gun for real. So I'm going to use that kind of like that attitude or that mindset when I visit the range. And these are just a few of my beliefs. Again, feel free to, use the ones you like and discard the rest.